Right. So I have to do a video. I have to do a video. Just arrived. This is my hair, by the way. My receding hairline. My not so long hair. But I haven't had short hair like this probably ever. Just arrived back in China, but this time at a non-conventional tourist spot. I was last in China proper, I'll call it. Well, technically I was in China proper 2 months ago in Guangzhou, but Guangzhou's always been historically really very westernized city, and not dissimilar to Shanghai, maybe more so actually. This is red from the bag straps, by the way. And so this border that I've just crossed, which is Lao Cai, Vietnam, into, God, I want to say Hankou, Henkou. I've no idea where I am now. Anyway, I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded either. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. I'm going to have to set so many alarms because basically in China proper, it doesn't matter for Hong Kong, didn't matter for Macau. I don't think I used Wi-Fi when I was in Guangzhou, and all the devices that we use in the West are obviously pre-programmed with Google. And you know, there are exceptions for Hong Kong, as I said, where it doesn't really matter in Macau, maybe some other places too. But I obviously bought a Red Tigo package, which I've pre-downloaded it, an eSIM for China. So obviously it must work. If it's a pretty reputable company that I've used a lot before. So I downloaded the SIM, thought everything would be fine and easy. I'm actually going to log into the little bit of data I have on my Vietnam SIM still because we're close enough to the border that it may work. But yeah, I've just spent basically 20 minutes trying to get the Wi-Fi to work with the guy downstairs. I haven't been able to communicate with him, Google Translate being shitty. I've got it offline and it's not working. Nothing works. It doesn't even work offline. How is that even possible? And I've already pre-downloaded Cantonese. I didn't have Mandarin, but Cantonese would be similar enough, at least for people to comprehend what I'm saying. So it's been a nightmare. The border itself on the Vietnam side. So let me just explain where I've just come from. So I was in Sapa for 2 weeks. I was there for a week because it was pouring the rain. Extended for a week. Got the sun, a little bit burned on the neck, etc., on the face. That's still a really good time. Firstly, got a really easy lift to the town because I was 10 kilometres in a rural area. Then hopped on my pre-booked bus, which left exactly at 5:15, which is amazing. That's when I booked it for. Cost me like £3. Hour and a half. There's only 4 people on the bus because it's low season in this part of Vietnam now, so they still run all the services, but they make a loss. Arrived at the border. Ordered a taxi. It was a 30-minute walk, but it's so humid. I just thought, order a taxi. So I ordered a Grab, which was like £1.50. And then the guy arrives. Something quite not right with him. He's a bit slow. And then he literally just pulls out and smashes into a bus with me in the seat. And I did do my seatbelt before I left. Probably the only time I've ever put my seatbelt on in such a nice car in a seemingly quiet town on a professional driver app, and it hit straight into where I was sat the bus as well. So yeah, that's right, in front of a load of tourists at a restaurant as well. So all traffic stopped, guys in the middle. I think he was drunk actually, or some definitely substanced up. That's the vibe I got when I got in the car as well. There's something quite right about him. So I'm just there, like in the middle of their dual carriageway. He just doesn't even pull into the curb, just gets out of the car, leaves the car in the middle of the bloody major lane. I wait until there's a gap with the wind mirror, get out, go to the curb, get my bag, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. It might have even been an insurance claim, something was going on there. Because also what was weird is he accepted a fare that no one else would accept. It was loading for quite a long time, and he drove the equivalent distance of what the ride was to get me. So he essentially came from where I was going, the Chinese border, picked me up for £1.50, which, it's not for that quality car. Nah, something not right there. So yeah, he's intoxicated or an insurance claim. Either way, I was like, I'm not getting in the car, I'm going to walk. He hasn't got around to cancelling the ride. I expect I'm going to have to charge that back. And get to the border, I'm absolutely dripping. Absolutely just sweating. They don't have pens for the immigration forms. Not that that's something to do with China. it's everywhere. You never get the pen to fill out these bloody arrival cards, which I've probably lost already. Leaving Vietnam side was super easy. First thing I noticed, again back in China, again it's different with Guangzhou, because Guangzhou is like quite let's say upmarket and middle class. People are just pushing in front of in the immigration queue, literally just like, not just pushing as in like cutting in like slyly, that Chinese stereotype about people just pushing you, literally like jamming past you and like screaming to steal your spot. It's unbelievable. But and then of course I get to the front and they change shifts. The moment I get to the front, they change shifts, of course. But aside from all that, it was really smooth. Like getting through the Vietnam side took me literally like 3 minutes. I left at the perfect time. It's a Sunday. It's late. The border's actually not even 24 hours. And then across the Chinese side, that was super easy. And then I didn't have any other maps downloaded because it's on a river, and just the accuracy, Google obviously doesn't operate properly in China anyway. I couldn't navigate. I had offline maps, but the pinpoint position with respect to the mapping of the area is not accurate, so the pinpoint didn't make any sense. I only had a screenshot of my booking. The address was in Chinese, but the bloody hotel name didn't have Chinese, so that bit was in English. So I get to this hotel, which I thought was in the area that I should be in, judging by my estimations on some screenshots and the maps I had. Turns out I was in the completely wrong location, like far. And I ended up speaking to this really nice lady. She didn't speak really any English. She got 2 words, and she wasn't super bright, but very, very sweet. And somehow I had managed to like get the screenshot of the phone number. She calls the hotel, and they communicated for ages, and then she just drives me there. It was only like a 3-minute drive, but walking I would never have found it. Never in a million years would have found that. So she takes, and she didn't even expect anything, just like, oh, thank you, bye. She had to get back to her shift. She was the receptionist. She just left the door wide open in the hotel of where she was working. Just, again, China's so safe. Everything's super clean. I haven't seen a single animal on the street in this town. Get to the hotel, guy's super sweet, takes like 1,000 pictures of me and my ID, so I assume there's not been any foreigners here before. I booked this place because it's got really good reviews and it's on the road to the train station. I've got to get up in literally like 7 hours now, because everything took a little bit longer than expected. There's a time difference, it's +1. What else? This room, what a bargain. China's the cheapest country in the world, I'm telling you, for what you get. So this is the room. I don't know if you're going to see it properly. I've literally just thrown my sandals off here. There's a beautiful balcony. I haven't got my shirt on, so I don't want to scare all the Asian people who've never seen a white guy. But yeah, there's a nice balcony. It's very active outside. There's that little castle up there. Oh my God, there's temples up there. I'm not even going to have time to see them. Yeah. Oh, do you know how much all this cost me? It comes with a kettle, Wi-Fi, which doesn't work. There's a big problem with using Western phones. Everything's all very nicely done. Everything's super clean. It is a squat toilet, but I'm not really bothered at this point. Yeah, I'm hoping there's hot water. I guess we'll find out in a second. This cost me £6. Yeah, £6, and it's a nice little mid-range hotel for £6. It's not the cheapest hotel, but £6. Yeah, absolute bargain. So really excited about China. I did have some second thoughts last night about changing the route, because I still have free cancellation on some of my tickets. But I'm just going to go with it now. Anyway, it's just extra stress. I was going to kind of cut out Xi'an, which is Terracotta Warriors. In fact, I was going to cut the entire... Harley Davidson. I was going to cut out all the original plans, because honestly, being in Vietnam, just being surrounded by tourists, I haven't had that in years. I don't go to touristy places. Vietnam is literally the most touristy place I've been to probably in like 10 years for an extended period, and it's just, for me, I just think it's awful. Like, I could never go back to those places again. Looking forward to getting back to Central Asia, especially off peak in the winter. There's not going to be anyone around the Tian Shan mountain range, that's for sure now. And what I was going to do is I was going to delete my itinerary and then spend it all in Kashgar, which is in the autonomous Islamic region of China. But I think I'm just going to stick with the original route now anyway. I've got things to do and can't keep changing things. And I'm 100% going to come back now everything's open. So anyway, I'm going to leave it dead on 10 minutes, and I don't know when this video is going to get uploaded because I have no idea when I'm going to get Wi-Fi.